Hey folks, I thought I might give a quick update on the current status of the Nissan Xterra. I'm calling it the Turbo Xterra Dune Buggy project. Spent a lot of time and money on it, unfortunately, but putting some fun effort into it. Let's start with the basics of what I've done. Got the roof cut off. Fenders are gone, front plastics are gone. I do have the hood, it's sitting somewhere else, but so the roll cage I got was off of a Jeep Cherokee. Got it on Craigslist for like $200. It was new, unused, so I had to assemble it well together and whatnot. Some of you give me flack for the roll cage, thinking it's not strong enough to support a rollover. But in reality, if you look, the B pillar, that's super thin metal. That's not very thick. This is scheduled 40, maybe even thicker. I don't know what it, if it's 50 or 60, but it's really thick stuff, right? I mean, and the A pillar, that little pipe, I mean, that is so thin. I know all together it makes, a strong roof, but this is pretty strong piping if you ask me. So I'm not too concerned in case of an accident, but truth be told, I'm not going to be doing any barrel rolls or flips or anything crazy. This is just to go cruising with the family, wife and kids on some dirt trails out here in the country. And I just thought, let's have some fun with it and chop the roof off. So I'm not worried about it. So I guess down here, if you look right there, the guy I bought it from, I paid $500 for this rig. He clearly has smashed it into something. It looks like a guardrail by my guess. But the front controller arm, the upper was bent. So I picked a whole kit off of eBay with tie rods and the lower ball joint down there. Got that installed, got the Bilstein 4600 shocks all the way around. So I wanted nice shocks when I got this done. I forgot to mention, I pulled the transmission. It is a 5-speed, and I put a new 6-puck performance clutch in there, and obviously got the flywheel resurfaced. The whole turbo kit's an eBay turbo kit, and a little fab here and there will get it to work. Things are kind of drooping because I had to remove the upper pipe. Waiting on the reducer to go from the 2-inch outlet to the 2.5 outlet down there. So waiting that to come in the mail. Also waiting for some piping for the turbo inlet piping for the MAF. But that'll be here in a couple days, and I'll be able to get things started that way. But the motor, typical VG33, I did a compression test, about 150, 155 across the board. So it's a healthy motor, despite it having 200,000 miles. I did a full 120K service, front rear mains, cam seals, water pump, thermostat, et cetera, all Nissan OEM parts. I didn't want to cheap out on that because that's, reliability. But the timing belt, I put a Gates Blue Racing timing belt just because I've been running them in all my Zs and Nissans. I just wanted to continue with what I normally trust. I did put a remanufactured Nissan OEM distributor in there because these are known to go bad. I think I was getting some timing issues when I timed it. So I didn't want to mess around with a cheap $60 whatever. And that distributor cap, just for information, is off of an early Pathfinders. Not necessarily a snug fit, but it'll work. I did cut all the O2 sensors out because I don't care. I live in a county that has no emissions, so I can actually get this thing plated and registered, but we'll see if I actually get around to doing that. Replace the pressure line in the power steering because it was leaking pretty badly right here. That wasn't hard at all. Remove the AC lines, the condenser, there's the radiator, a little banged up, but it still holds, no leaks whatsoever. So this thing doesn't leak a drop of anything. The tires are these cheap Thunderer tires, 265/70 17s. They're about $100 a piece, not bad. I think they're made in Taiwan, which is quite honestly, a lot of tires are made in Taiwan. But I'm not really planning on daily driving this, so it should hold out just fine. So let's talk about the manifolds I have here. These are those cheap eBay short, I think they're actually long tube headers for like 70 or 90 bucks. I can't remember what I paid for them. Got those installed, both sides, and have them merged together in some kind of, homemade Y pipe there. I did get a flex coupler, flex pipe welded there, and it goes up and merges to the turbo, or turbocharged pipe right there, V-band, and goes into the turbo right there. This is a T3T04E, just a regular eBay turbo. And here's my down pipe I just finished making. I wrapped it in heat wrap just to prevent a little bit of heat soaking in nearby wire looms. I'll get this stuff right down here zip tied out of the way, and I didn't want to get the steering shaft too hot, so that should provide a little protection. But otherwise, it runs as it is, and you can see at the stock MAF and tubing all hooked up just so I can start it, just hear what it sounds like and whatnot. But it runs. We'll start it up for you guys and let you hear it. I think it sounds amazing for what it is. Bear with me while I put my phone down for a second because I have to hold the clutch with one hand. 1 second. Thing starts up great. I love the way it sounds with all the tubular piping. Let's give it a quick rev here. So I have the supercharged ECU right there from a supercharged Xterra, and there's a stock ECU right there. I had the supercharged injectors in there, but one of the injectors was faulty because they're used. They have miles. So if you can tell, I put a pink NA injector in there just to get it running. It'll run fine, but not ideal for once you hit boost. I ordered a replacement from Rock Auto. Should be here in a couple of days. But overall, it's running great. I'm actually very surprised with how well it starts up. I did get the knock sensor wiring pulled out. So if I start having some issues with the ECU reading, I'll throw a resistor and then ground it out. And hopefully that'll bypass it correctly. But otherwise, this thing sounds like a beast. I'm actually pleasantly surprised. Sounds great. Turbo spinning right there. That's pretty cool. So we're going to kill it right now. Got the check engine light on because there's nothing, holding it to factory standards anymore. So what's left, I have to fix a couple things, get the intercooler piping put back together. I have eBay LED projector lights I bought. I'm going to put those on, and got to finish mounting the intercooler to where it's not going to wiggle. But and then I'm going to get some kind of brush guard put on. But otherwise, it's coming together pretty nicely. We'll see what I do with the intake. I think I'm going to do like a homemade Home Depot style snorkel setup. So that should be pretty cool once it's done. Yeah, I can't think of anything else to say. It runs great. It should be done here in about 2 weeks. I'm waiting on a few things to come in. Like I said, one of the things I'm waiting on are some eBay style racing seats that are 4-point harness. I will put the 4-point harnesses on correctly, utilizing this back bar, and there's one behind those seats back there. So gotta make it safe, right? At any rate, let me know what you think. I know it looks like junk. I know it's, some of it's half-assed done, but that's okay because it's supposed to be a fun project, and I really don't care about the overall form of it. So in this case, function over form, right? Anyhow, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the sound of the tubular manifolds I made. I guess converted to a turbo setup. And we'll get it running here soon. The next video I post should be 100% done. All right, folks, let me know what you think. Take care. Bye. All right, made a little more progress today, getting closer. I got the Home Depot style snorkel put on, 3-inch, all the way up to the top, and I'm using just hose clamps to secure it. I mean, the whole vehicle is shaking. This is an AEM dry intake filter off of Amazon. I think it was like $20. And I'm using hose clamps that I've put onto the A-pillar there to secure. I mean, this thing ain't going nowhere. The whole vehicle is shaking. Mass airflow adapter to 3-inch piping. Again, very secure. I even got the air temperature sensor in. Mass airflow. I just made little extensions of wiring here. And then I got the, this is the stock intake piping off of the NA. The reason why I needed it is for these tubes and hoses here to connect to the factory. This is the idle control hose there that goes underneath the intake. So that's important to have that for a normal operation. Yeah, I mean, this is all just Home Depot piping for the most part. Anyway, turbo's all plumbed up. Everything is looking good, runs great. Got all the T-bolt clamps tightened on the turbo piping for the intercooler. That's all there. It's all tightened, all looking good. If you notice, I got welded on some square fenders. Got these from Amazon. I've had them for a while for a trailer I was making. I never got around to using it, but if you notice in the rear, you know, they're kind of squarish, right? So it matches. Got them on the other side. So looking good. I did take some time to adjust the torsion bars to match the front height to the rear height. I didn't touch the rear height in terms of any shackles or any leaf springs added or anything like that. So what I measured from the top of the tire to the center of the arch there was 6 1/4. So I took the time to measure again from the top right there to top of the fender, and that was 6 1/4. So I did it both sides, back and forth until I got it leveled out pretty well. So let's give it a start. It kind of sounds different now they got some stuff done to it. So hold on a second. Let me put the phone down and start her up. All right. Just so smooth. I did get that new injector put in that I was waiting from Rock Auto, and it made a world of a difference. Just a smooth idle. This is looking really good. There's little harmonics going on. I don't know if you can hear it, but what it is a distributor cap. It's getting a little bit of vibration from the rotor itself. Take it off, and it goes away. I'm not sure if the camera is picking it up very well. You put it back on, and you can kind of hear it. It's silly. It doesn't really matter though. So I haven't test driven it yet. I still have some things to work out. It definitely needs an alignment after replacing many items. But the next thing I'm going to work on is the front grille. I just went to Home Depot today and got some angle iron and some various pieces of steel so I can weld it up. I ran out. So I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with the grill that I have in mind to make. And then I'm waiting on some bracketry for the aftermarket eBay style LED headlights. So getting closer. I think all that's left is what I just mentioned. Finishing the exhaust, running it all the way through at the back of the Xterra, and just buttoning up some things on the bottom. The eBay seats are due to come in, I think, on Friday, and then I just got to work on the interior a little bit. And it's getting closer for some summer fun. I know summer's a few months away, but this was my winter project. Anyhow, I want to show you what I did with the hood too. All right, so this is a 2002 to 2004 hood. This Xterra is a 2001, and I just like the way the 2002 plus hoods look. It's more, I don't know, aesthetically appealing, but I was fortunate enough to find a black one at the junkyard, and I paid like 25 bucks for it. But I just like the way it looks. I don't know. The other hood had a big old dent where the guy smashed into a guardrail. So it's coming together. I think the next video will be the done video with everything put together on it. I'm tripping over some metal here, but it's coming together. I think that snorkel came out pretty good if you ask me. Look at that thing. That's cool as hell. I like it. All right, folks, talk to you later. All right, just finished with 2 more modifications. Those are Jeep Wrangler, Universal, whatever, cheap eBay LED projector headlights. Check this out. So turn the key to the on position. And I got the daylight running lights on, daytime running lights. Just as the halos. It's kind of getting a lot of glare on the camera. And then you turn the headlight switch on. Boom. Super bright. And you can't tell without all the glare. There you go. That's what they look like. And the bottom projector is the high beams, which I'm not going to bother with right now. I mean, they're wired, and you can see they come on. And then to do turn signals, I'll just press the hazard. Check that out. Pretty cool. That works. Got that done. Okay, that's it.